In this video, you'll learn how to animate color changes over time using keyframes in DaVinci Resolve's color page. By the end, you'll know how to smoothly transition a color setting like saturation or temperature from one look to another instead of having a sudden jump. First, make sure you're on the color page in DaVinci Resolve. This is where all the grading tools live, and it's the only place you'll find the controls we're about to use. Along the bottom of the interface, you'll see different page icons like Media, Edit, Fusion, Color, Fairlight, and Deliver. Click on the color icon to switch over if you're not already there. Once you're on the color page, look to the right side of the screen for the keyframe panel. If you don't see it, it may just be hidden or collapsed. There's usually a small button or tab labeled keyframes on the right edge. Click that to open the panel. This panel is what lets Resolve keep track of changes over time, and it's where your keyframes will appear as little markers along the timeline. Now, take a look at the mini timeline or viewer controls and move the playhead to the exact point where you want your color change to start. You can drag the playhead, click in the timeline, or use the transport controls to get to the right frame. It helps to think of this first position as your starting look. Once the playhead is in place, go to the color control you want to animate. For example, you might choose saturation if you want the image to gradually become more intense, or temperature if you want it to slowly shift warmer or cooler. Next to many of these controls, you'll see a small diamond icon. That diamond tells Resolve that this setting can be keyframed. With the playhead at your starting point, click the diamond icon next to the color control you're working with. When you click it, it should light up or change appearance, and a keyframe will be added at that point in time. This keyframe locks in the current value of that control for this frame. Think of it as taking a snapshot of the setting right there. Now move the playhead forward in time to where you want the color change to end. This could be just a second later or several seconds later, depending on how gradual you want the transition to feel. The farther apart the keyframes are, the slower and more subtle the animation will appear. With the playhead in this new position, adjust the same color setting again. For instance, increase the saturation or make the temperature warmer or cooler, depending on the effect you're going for. As soon as you change that value, DaVinci Resolve automatically creates a new keyframe at this point. You'll see it appear in the keyframe panel along the timeline. Between your first keyframe and this second one, Resolve will smoothly animate from the starting value to the new value. That means if you play back the clip, you'll see the color gradually shift instead of snapping instantly. You can scrub through to preview how the change feels, and if needed, drag either keyframe left or right to adjust the timing. That's all there is to it. Open the color page, show the keyframe panel.